Hey, it's Kim. I was just sitting down to set up for the month of July and I figured, why don't I just take you along with me? So I'll be using the Sterling Ink subscription sticker kit for July. That's no different. I've been using it the entire year for the most part. And I am in a cut down standard size Hobonichi cousin. For those of you who do not know, I do have a few videos previously discussing how I cut it down and how I'm using it on all of that good stuff. And it's inside of my VDS or Vanderspec Nomad Complete. I think that's the name of it. I also do have videos on this if you were wondering or if you have any questions about this cover. So I've got everything out and we can go ahead and get started. So the first thing I typically like to do is to start for the month. Well, the monthly layout, of course. And surprisingly, I don't have a lot of stuff scheduled for the month of July, which excites me to no end. I actually really like and appreciate the fact that I don't have a lot of stuff going on. These are my little stickies or my little post-its that I put on every month, and I'll write down things that are going to happen, appointments, and just things that are already scheduled. And I don't have anything for July, which just feels crazy to me, but it's true. And then these are my page flags where I like to plan certain activities on specific days. So I'm just going to move all of those out of the way. Move them to the next month. And there's that. And I don't need this sticky anymore. So I'll just put that back here somewhere. And then this is a reminder I do need. This is also a reminder I will be needing for the month. So these are things that float, and I know that they're things I want to accomplish this month. I just don't know exactly which date. So that's why I have them on these transparent page flags at the moment. And then reminders for myself. I need to schedule a few things for the month. So that's there too. So there will be appointments that do come up, but beforehand, before this month has gotten started, I don't have anything going on. And to catch you up, I'm currently in the last full week of June. So we got next week, which is mostly June, and then the week after that starts the full week of July. So actually, I'm going to do the monthly layout. I'll do next week and then the first full week of July. And then I'll do what I call my monthly collection. So here you see that I have one for June, and it has my trackers and my one line a day and my task list. So I'll set that up for for July as well. And I just need to kind of figure out how many more pages I'm going to need. So today is technically the 20th. So I am going to need, of course, enough pages to get through the dailies through the end of this month. And then I'll pick a page somewhere in here to start with my July collection. So let's begin at the beginning. And that is to set up the monthly as I stated. But I guess before that, we should pull out, where is it? Oh, the stuff or the sticker kit that I have that I'm going to be using for this month. And another thing I do want to do beforehand, which I hadn't been doing previously, is I actually do want to cut down a piece of this vellum. So I explained in a previous video, throughout my daily pages, I will have notes pages somewhere in here. And a lot of the times I'll use a piece of vellum to kind of cover up something else that, I don't know, that's not a daily page. Some other kind of like special notes page. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll just cut down a sheet so I can use it or have it ready for me when I'm ready to use it. Sometime during the month. I don't know when and if. And I'll pick which one later. I'll probably use the peachy colored vellum. If you can't tell, then this one's on a clear background. And then this one's on a peach colored background. So I'll do that before we end, so I'll have that prepped and ready. And here are the stickers that come in the kit. So this monthly image or calendar I'll use during my monthly pages, and then this is a cute little sticker. This I'll use for the monthly layout. That's the freebie. I'll swap out the card in the beginning of my planner. Where even is, oh, right here. I'll swap out that monthly sticker when June or when July gets here. So I'll actually put this behind, because why not? I'll just leave it there for the next week or so. And then we have all of the elements that came in this sticker kit. So I do like to kind of spread them out so I can look at them while I am decorating all of my layouts. Oh, so these are the boxes, okay? And these are little icons. And then I do have the days of the week as well as the date dots. These are the large floral arrangements. This is the washi, so 2 sheets of the washi. They both look to be the same, and they are that same cutout kind of washi that was done for May. So I do like that. Are these cutouts as well? Yes, the boxes are also cut out, so they're not full boxes. Oh, that's really cool. So there's one box here, you can't tell. There's one box here, half of it is like a cutout sticker, and then the other half is a cutout sticker, and that is the same for all of these boxes. So it kind of feels like you get more bang for your buck in terms of, instead of just using one box sticker at a time, they're already cut in half, so you can essentially, instead of having 6 box stickers, you have a whole lot more stickers on this page. Anyway, so that's that. And then regarding the weekday stickers, so for the month of, what is this, June, where we currently are, I actually have been using the day stickers here. I don't always. I think the previous month I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. So I just wrote them in. I may or may not. I'll probably use them for this month. So anyway. All right, let's move some of this stuff. I don't need that yet. Alright, so here's our monthly, and actually what I need to do is pick out some washi that I'm going to be using, which I haven't done. Normally I do that before I even get started, because I'll have a little bit of time, you know, some downtime, maybe like a night before or sometime during the evening, and I'll pick out some coordinating washi tapes that I think I'll want to use to go along with the current setup, or the current sticker kits, but I didn't do that. So I'm thinking I like this color. It's like a coral kind of color because it goes along with the figs that are in this design. So I'm thinking I'll use that one. And then this orangey color, I'm not digging that. Though I do like the yellow that's in here in the kit for this month. So I do have this grid washi that might be nice, or actually I think I might prefer this green grid washi with this, not the dark green, but maybe the white with the green grid. I like to think this through a lot sooner than I currently am, but I'm just going with it. I got some time to sit down and do this, so I'm just gonna set it up. I do like that This design for the month has some neutrals, like neutral background, and that's why I pulled out this taupey kind of color. There's also that one. We'll just see where this goes. I have these two taupes. I like this one better. And then I do have this beige. This one's from the planner spot. I like this one. Maybe that'll work someplace. And when you look at these together, I'm like, no, girl, no. But I'll use them in different places. Not necessarily all together at the same time. All right. So I think for this page, since I don't have a lot of my own washi that really coordinates well with the design, I think I'm going to take advantage of using a lot of the washi from the kit. So that's exactly what I will do. So I think what I'll do is maybe do a washi border along the bottom, and then I need to be on the screen. So maybe I'll do a washi border along the bottom, and then something up here. So these boxes are not the month. They're not days that correspond to the month. So what I'll do up there is usually put like the month title, and then also some other deco. Maybe like one of these larger stickers. I actually do quite like this one. And I don't mind if it overlaps the days or anything. Or maybe one of these stickers even, because they have like the brush strokes behind them. So those are nice as well. Alright, so let's get started with that bottom washi border. So I'll just grab my scissors, and I will also grab a pencil so I can mark where I'm cutting on the stickers. Alright, so that's gonna go to like there. Around about there. And if you've been around my channel long enough, especially seeing me do these plan with me videos, I don't need everything to be super exact. I don't need to have everything perfectly lined up. For me, it is not that serious. I do like it to be pretty, but you know, the most important thing is for it to be functional. Okay, so excuse me, I'm gonna put this one down on this side. And then I'll put this one on the other side. All right, and then this is the 4th of July, which I don't have. I do have a little sticker here. It's a fireworks sticker from the planner spot. So I do have that, and I'll put, I think, maybe one of these box stickers on there as well on that date. I just need to pick which one I want to use. Let's do this one. Alright. So I appreciate that I can still write inside the box there. But I have found that with these transparent stickers, they're kind of like a washi tape type of material, but I can write on them with a regular pen, my usual pen and ink, and it does not smudge. I don't know if the same could be said if you used a gel pen. I doubt it. I'm assuming it probably would smudge just because of the nature of gel ink. Alright, so up here I'm going to use another sticker before I put down the July title. So I'm going to do that and that, or that and that. I think I want to do this over here. And then that right there. And like I said, nothing is exact. Ouch. So that works for me. Maybe I'll bring you guys in a little bit closer. Okay. Okay, so that works for me. And what else? I don't think I have anything else I need to put down for the month of July, which is like bizarre. Oh, my nephew's birthday is on the 6th. So I do want to mark that down. There are like some anniversaries and some other birthdays that are going on, but I don't typically put those on my calendar inside of my planner. So I'm gonna use a little icon to denote Rocky's birthday. Maybe a little sticker. And he is turning, how old am I? How old is my daughter? How old is he? He's turning 15. Can't believe it. All right. And what else? Oh, and I did mention being able to write on these stickers. So I'm using a Pilot Vanishing Point fountain pen, and the ink that I use is Diatramentis document ink. There's a Diatramentis archive ink, but I use the document ink. So I am able to write on these stickers with this, and it doesn't smudge. This ink also works really well if you need to highlight over it, which sometimes a lot of fountain pen inks do not. I do have a video all about my fountain pen collection. If you're interested, you can find that on my channel. All right, so I think that's it for the monthly overview. Still, I can't quite believe it, but that's it. All right, so now I'll go into plotting out the next 2 weeks. So I do have a format that I've been liking for all of my weekly layouts, and I've just been sticking to that for the past few months, and it's working for me. So that's what I am going to continue to do. So I will lay it out in the same exact manner. Yeah, so next week is mostly June, so for that reason I won't start using the July kit for next week, but I don't have a lot of the June kit left to use anyway, so I'm gonna use some other washies and decorative items. Is this right? What I've been doing, I will typically just have like a border at the bottom and a border at the top, and each of them, well, between the two borders denotes my workday, or like the time blocks where I will be focusing on tasks. So I'm kind of trying to line this up without measuring. So that's what I'm doing. So that's what I first do. I'll line up my bottom border. Sometimes it's marker. Most of the time it is washi. And then I'll line up my top border. And I do want to use this tape. These are like birds or something, but I like the colors. I also am thinking that I want to incorporate some of this grid washi up at the top as well. So how about this? I will take, yeah, like a section of the grid washi, and then I'm going to cut it in half and then layer these two up at the top. And a lot of times if I'm really concerned with making this super even or super exact, I'll use my X-Acto knife to cut the washi in half. But I don't really care. Don't care today. So I'll do, I think, this up at the top, and it's a little uneven. Maybe I'll do the uneven border facing up. And then this over on this side. And it's not at all exact, like I said. We're going for a more organic feel, more organic flow today. So that's that. And then what I'll usually do sometime throughout the week, or just before I'm about to plan out the week, I'll pick whatever washis I'm using. I've been on a neutral kick, so it will likely be gray. Not washi, what Tombow markers I'll be using. So it'll likely be gray. And that's when I'll draw out my lines and everything, but I don't even want to do that today. So we'll move on, and I'm going to lay out some of the stickers from the July kit for this first full week of July. And I do feel like I already know that I want to use these, so I might as well cut this all the way across, since I know this pretty much lines up with the width of my page. And I'll use this grid washi as the backdrop for that one. A little part of me wants to use a bit more color, but at the same time, no. Too much color will bother me greatly. So I'll put, oh, how do I want this? So I do my bottom line around 7 p.m. So, okay, so I'll do this at 7. And then I'll put the washi border right below that. It's not at all even, but it's cool. And this is the washi border. So, oops. Yeah, we'll like overlap. I'm gonna put it down here. So then I know for a fact I will be using green Tombow markers for this week. And then up at the top, I wonder if maybe, yeah, maybe I'll use more color up at the top. That should not bug me too much. Oh great, this ripped on its own. Didn't plan that, it just ripped on its own. But hey, it works. Okay, so we'll use that up top, and then I will likely use other stickers to kind of overlap. So since this is the 4th, which is on Monday, and I'm not working that day, and I will not have like any tasks or things to do, no major task, I can put something decorative there, because normally this top section is my top 3 for the day, and then right below that is my workout, and I usually put that around the 8 o'clock time. But I do want to bring some color up to this area, so I was thinking I'd do this. I feel like I'm gonna hate that by the time this week rolls around, just because it's a little outside of my norm. But like I said, it's a holiday. I'm not working out on this day, so I don't need to write a workout. Like I said, I'm not working out this day, so this shouldn't interrupt the flow of the way I normally set up my weeks. So I think this should be fine. Like, it'll have just like the Monday part blocked, and then I can do the rest of the week however I desire over here. Okay, so that's it. That's gonna be it for my weeklies, for the 2 weeklies I'm going to do. And I've mentioned this previously, but if you're new here, I don't like to set up all of my weeks beforehand, because plans change, things change, my mood changes. Also, I like to have planning sessions sometimes in the evenings if I have a bit of downtime, and this is what I do. I just go and I might set up for the next week, and I'll decorate for the next week. Or like I said, plans change, and maybe the format or the layout that I want to do is just going to be different. Even though I've been using the same one for the past several weeks, who knows? I might have a wild hair and want to switch it up, but you know, right before a new week starts. So that's why I don't like to lay out too much on my weekly layouts before that time actually comes. I do intend to do a few more after the pin flips of my planner. I do have one currently for this year, so you can see a lot more of the spreads that I have in here. So you can check that video out if you want to kind of see how I do lay things out after I've already set up the general format for my weeklies. So that will give you a bit of insight on how I do that. So now that we did the monthly and then we did a couple of weeklies, now it's time for me to do my July collection. So let me figure out where I'm going to put this next page. All right, so here is where I'm going to start July. And I know technically it says this is the 19th of June, but it doesn't matter because I don't use those dates in there. I just use it like a notebook, not a dated book, not a dated planner when it comes to the dailies. So I am going to cover up this with what do you call it? Whiteout tape, correction tape, because that is a dark spot, and this is not flat. No, but it covers barely. So I'm going to cover that up. So this is going to be where I put my 1 line a day on this side. My tracker goes on that side, and then my July task list, and then this is where I'll start the 1st of July. So I'm going to draw those out right now. Okay, so everything is set up for July, and I'm gonna give you a look to see, I'll flip you through to see what that looks like. Oh, one thing first. I forgot one other item, and that was to cut down my vellum. So I'll do that really quickly. The width for a standard size traveler's notebook is about 4.25 inches, something around there. And then the height is typically the same as that, and that's 8.25, but 8.5. But I am going to cut off the edges of the vellum that don't have any pattern on it. So I normally like to pick which side of the vellum I want to use, and I feel like I like this side best. So I'm going to cut from this end to about 4.25 inches. So I'll have to flip it this way. Right? Wait. Yes. Okay. It's a little bit of backwards math unless I flip it this way. So let's just flip it that way. So here we are, 4.25. But before I do that, actually, let me trim off the edge of the vellum that doesn't have any of the design on it. So I'll just cut that off. And I don't need to be super exact. Of course, there's a theme. That. All right, now it's this end that I liked, right? So I'll measure to about 4.25 inches. Chop that down. And this should fit just fine. I normally like to round the edges as well. Yeah, that should be good. I think I'm going to trim a little bit more down on this end just so that it doesn't stick out too much when I do close it into the book. Alright. Okay, so this is done and ready for me, and I'll round those corners before I actually use it. All right, so now I'm ready to take you and to show you my full setup, everything laid out and ready for the month of July. All right, so here is the monthly. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot going on for the month, and that is perfectly fine. I do have some appointments I need to schedule, like booster shots, carpets cleaned, and eye exams, which I'll do sometime during the month. And then these are other reminders that I want to remind myself of to make sure I get done during the month. But other than that, no appointments as of yet. And I didn't write down every birthday, just my nephew's birthday. I didn't write down anniversaries or anything either. And next I'll give you a peek at the weeklies. So this is the the last week of June with a couple of the days, the first couple of days of July. So that's what this layout is looking like. I'm thinking I actually should have done my little bars in there, but I didn't. So again, like I said, you can see that on and after the pen flip that I will likely do in a few weeks. And then this is the first full week of July using the sticker kit, as well as some coordinating washi that I have in my stash. So that's those 2 weeks, the framework kind of set up and ready for me. And then I did my July collection pages. So we'll flip right there, and I'm using the calendar that comes in the subscription kit, and I just tip that in with some clear tape, and I put my little page flag up top. This is from Cloth and Paper, and I labeled it with my label maker and some teeny tiny letters to denote that that is for the month of July. So that's what that is there. And I laid out the framework for my tracker. And I do want to be more diligent in using my tracker. I've been pretty good in June. April and May, I kind of fell off. I've been going very well in June, and I want to continue that for July. Oh, I forgot to put any deco down here at the bottom. That's what I normally do. So maybe I'll use these scraps that I had left over. I think I'll do exactly that. So this is that part of the washi sheet that I trimmed down, and I'll just, that is very crooked. It's okay. And then I'll use this half, and they're not gonna line up perfectly. Sometimes I'll put something right in the middle, and maybe I'll do the same thing today. So you see how these two ends don't line up, but I'll put some other kind of sticker right there in the middle. Almost wish this was a little bit smaller. I could have put that there too, but no. Anyway, this is like one of the icons with the little plate. Maybe I'll put that there. It's fine. So just kind of, I like it to look like it's, you know, overlapping into the area where I'm writing. So it's not my best work, but it's something down there. A little bit of added deco, and I may or may not add something up there. So here are the collection pages. Over on the left is my tracker, and I have the framework set up for that, ready for me as soon as July hits. The next page is for my 1 line a day. You saw where I did use the correction tape to cover up the date that was there, and on top of that I put one of the washi stickers, as well as, it would be helpful if I put that in the frame. Anyway, like I said, I used the correction tape to cover up the date that was there, and I used one of the washi stickers there, wrote in 1 line a day, and used a couple of other washi stickers and listed out 1 through 31 so that the framework is there and ready for me when I'm ready to start my 1 line a day for the month of July. And then the next page is my July task list. I again used some of that washi leftover, those scraps that I had, and put that there. And then the 2nd July title sticker I put there and wrote in task list. And here I'll just list anything that comes up during the month that I need to get done. This is sort of like my inbox for the month, and I'll park things here that don't have a specific date, things that I know that I want to get done sometime throughout the month, or little reminders for myself. That's what goes on this page. Each month it doesn't necessarily get filled up, but I like to have a spot reserved for those items, you know, should they come up in my daily life. And then I just set up for the first day of July, which is a Friday. And before the month starts, I'm always second guessing, and I always have to look at the calendar to make sure. So yes, Friday is the 1st of July. So I have whited out there, or use correction tape underneath there, and then use the date sticker here that came in the kit that says Friday, along with the number 1 for the date. So I am set up and I am ready for the month of July. I am really excited, and this, I don't know, I might sound weird, but I'm excited that there's nothing already planned, and I feel like this will give me a lot of time to do those things that we kind of let slip by the wayside, to do those things that we say, oh, I'll come back to it when I have some free time. So I'm feeling like I'm gonna have some free time this month, which is really cool. And something that, as I was setting this up, I was thinking about exploring or thinking about doing is to really use this time to check in on all of my planning systems and my journaling systems, to really catch those up to date and assess them to make sure that they're working for me in the way that I originally planned. So I think what I'm gonna do is sort of like a check-in video, 1, 2 videos. I don't know how it's gonna pan out, how it's gonna shape up, with that check-in, to explain all the things that I have found when I've assessed my systems, things that I'll be changing, so forth and so on. If you're interested in that, definitely don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss those videos. And if you have any tips actually of topics I can include in that mid-year check-in that I'll be doing, I would love to hear those as well. All suggestions are welcome. and I would appreciate your input. And then this is the vellum that I did cut down. So I'm gonna just stick this right in here so I don't lose it. And like I said, when I have like a notes page throughout the month, I typically like to use a piece of vellum to cover up the notes page. It kind of just is like a separator between all of my daily pages, my daily task list, and any other notes that I may need to come back to or reference at a later date. I just like to cover them up. It's just what I like to do. I don't have a reason. Got it. Just because it sort of breaks up the flow of all the dailies. So I like to separate them in some kind of way, at least in my brain. The vellum works to separate those pages. So I do have this sheet cut out and ready for me when it's time to go. All right, so that is all of July set up and ready to go. Don't forget, I do have a planner playlist as well as a few additional videos that you may want to watch if you're interested in my planning system and how it works for me. You can check all of those out right over here. I'll link the playlist as well as any past videos on my channel that relate to all of what we're doing here today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.